meeting will now come to order. We welcome all of you this evening to our public hearing for the Fayette County Schools Board of School Trustees. So at this time, would you join a pledge of allegiance to our flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll turn the meeting over to Dr. Hodges, who will be leading the discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. In 2010, when discussing the reorganization of our elementary schools, a commitment was made to garner public input before a decision was made on what to do with the properties at Alquina and Orange. Tonight's meeting is being held to honor that commitment. The board is prepared to listen to your comments, but no decisions will be made tonight. The expectation is this is to be an information gathering activity and not a discussion session. We continue to experience a decline in enrollment, and we have not been able to maintain the 2 sections per grade level in all 6 of our elementary schools as we had hoped when the buildings in Alquina and Orange were closed. We are experiencing an increase in the number of empty and underutilized classrooms across the district. So reopening the closed facilities is not an option, and comments related to that or the events that led to that decision will not be permitted tonight. Our original intentions were to maintain heat in both the Alquina and Orange buildings, as well as water and electricity. The propane shortage in the winter of 2013-14 brought that to an end. Our gas supplier recommended emptying the tanks at the outlying schools and to bring that propane to Fayette Central so that we could continue to operate that building for students. We followed the recommendation and winterized the buildings, but still maintained the electrical connections. I have shown the Alquina property to 2 different groups that expressed serious interest. As of today, neither project is moving forward. I have had 2 other inquiries. One group exercised a different option, and I have not been able to find any independent information on the other group. I have shown the Orange property to 2 different groups. Neither group has any interest in moving forward on their projects. Another individual has recently expressed interest, but I held off on that request until after tonight's meeting. While individual board members have opinions on what to do with these properties, the board as a whole has not discussed these, nor have any decisions been made. With that said, if you want to address the board as to what you would like to see done with these properties, please come to one of the microphones in front of the stage, state your name, address, and confine your comments to 5 minutes or less. Board members, do you have any questions? Hearing none, the floor is open for public comment.
My name is Robert Vaughn. I live at 4994 West 375 South, Connersville, Indiana. We are about a half a mile south of Columbia, the 4-way intersection at Columbia. What we propose to do with the Orange site is a site that we are interested in. My wife and I have been blessed with several elderly people in our lives that are in need of assisted living programs, but not the severity which warrant a nursing facility. And what we would like to do is we would like to gain control of the Orange School and open an assisted living program there for, of course, open to anyone, but primarily geared to current or past residents in that area, so that it would afford people an ability to either stay in their current community or to come back to the community which they grew up in or have roots in. At the same time, we would like to be able to incorporate that with the community so that we can keep alive the legacy of those people and join them with the kids and the young people that are in the Orange community currently, and maintain the gymnasium for after school uses or community programs or outings or whatever the community would like to do, kind of along the same lines as we do with the Columbia Community Center. So we'd love to have the opportunity to speak with you and to gather further information on how to go ahead with this project. So that kind of gives you a quick rundown of what we would like to do. If anybody has any questions, I'd be glad to answer. No? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Just as a word of information, I believe Mr. Vaughn is the one that I talked to on the phone about the project that I referred to earlier.
Anyone else wish to speak?
I'm Max Powell. I drive a school bus for Fayette County School Corporation, have for 50 years, and I'm still driving. I live in Milton at this time, and I went to school at Alquina. If I say something that's out of order, don't hesitate to stop me, but I'd just like to give you the reasons why I would like to see that building stay standing as it is. Myself, my sister, my two brothers graduated from Alquina School, although it was a two-story building that was there before this brick building, but I did help paint the hallways, do some painting in the present building when it was built. My dad drove a school bus for 45 years, hauled all 12 of us, all 4 of us, all 12 years to school. Marvin Myers drove a bus out there. He's my cousin. He's deceased now, but he drove out there for around 40 years in the Alquina area. And like I say, I've driven in Fayette County for the corporation for 50 years myself. One recommendation that I made about 4 years ago, we used to have the school reunion in the gymnasium there until I think the last 2 times we've had it at Expo Hall. We meet every 2 years. It's a school reunion, not just class reunion. It's a school reunion. The last time we met in the gymnasium out there at Alquina was approximately 5 years ago. And what I am saying now was the same thing I said 4 or 5 years ago, that I would like to see somebody, because I know there are people who do have money, somebody to buy that building and call that place Alquina Hilltop Smorgasbord. I always got my mind on food, that's me. But as you had in the paper, there's no reason to think about reopening the building as was, but it could still be reopened to educate people on how to eat. And so that would be my recommendation. I would like to see the building stand and somebody to buy that building. And I do want to thank the school board for allowing me and others to comment about what we would like to see happen. Another reason that I'm up here, I think of the 2 deceased teachers like Walter Groning, Mrs. Elsie Shaw. Judy Kaiser is not deceased, but I think of many of those teachers who taught there, and I have a lot of love and respect for those individuals, and there are many more who have had a part of the education out there at Alquina. And I thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Max, what's your dad's name?
Floyd W. Powell.
I think he was my bus driver.
He's been gone 24 years, so it did before that.
Bless his heart. It was 50 years ago when I was there.
Yeah. Horse not buggy.
Anyone else care to speak?
My name is Jay King, and actually I have a question. I hope this is appropriate, but what is the burden on the school corporation to carry those 2 buildings at this time? Is that something that we can be asked?
I think one of the issues has to do with our liability insurance and having vacant buildings. That's a concern.
The insurance companies are wanting something done with them, and they may not carry insurance on them much longer, is what our agent has indicated.
Right.
Additionally to the mowing expense, and I can't tell you off the top of my head what it is, but we bid it out and it's fairly salty.
We do have expenses for electricity, as it indicated, keeping the lawns maintained, and as I say, the liability insurance.
I need to go over there. I guess my main concern is if somebody's interested in the building, are those available to get an idea of what those other costs are to build into plans?
Yes, that's public record. If you want to call the office, we'll share how you can get that information.
Jay, I didn't get your last name. King. Thank you.
My name is Wanda Vaughn, and just want to elaborate a little bit on what my husband had to say. I grew up out in Orange. I moved there when I was 2 years old and didn't get far away all my life. And it has a lot of history for me, my entire family. And I'm currently taking care of Mrs. Godar. I know Mr. Godar was on the school board years ago, and I take care of her in her home. And that's just what I've done for years. And there's so many elderly out there that are forced into the nursing homes and, excuse me, and my personal opinion, don't get the proper care, and they don't get to enjoy the rest of their lives. And so that's something that's really dear to me in my heart that I would like to do. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay. Thank you, Wanda. Anyone else?
Hello, I'm Cam Sparks, and I'm here tonight because I want to try to get one of the schools. I want to open a boot camp style school for at-risk youth, troubled kids. We don't have an alternative school here for the kids that have been expelled, kicked out of school. And when they do get in trouble at school, there's nowhere for them to go except to transfer them to a different school. So my idea is to start a boot camp style school for these kids to help get them on the right track, help better them, and not let them drop out, continue to get in trouble. So that's why I'm here tonight. I want to see about getting one of the schools to start this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Cam. Anyone else? Seeing none, then I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you for being here, and the board will be meeting to take these things into consideration. And as we said, we're not making any decisions tonight. We just wanted to hear what you had to say as the public. So again, thank all of you for being here. With that, the meeting is adjourned.